What's up, Space Cadets? This is KG48, and welcome back to my Let's Play for Space Engineers. And we have got a hell of an episode for you today. I don't know who we are. I guess I have a hell of an episode for you guys today. And we're going to get to it pretty soon. But first of all, I wanted to talk to you guys about large thrusters. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying to start using the large atmospheric thrusters, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? 1,100 motors? Are you freaking kidding me? And I started mass producing motors. I've got like 1,400 motors, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so many motors. I'm gonna need nickel for days. All right, yeah, not so much. That's on a large grid. On a small grid, it's only 90 motors. Thank God for that. All right, thank God for that. I have been doing some mining off camera. Well, I haven't been doing some mining. PAM has been doing some mining for me. You may ask, who's PAM? PAM is called, well, actually, it's called the PAM script. It's Path Auto Miner. All right, this thing is freaking phenomenal. I wrote down where you can get the script, and I'm going to pray that I remember to put it in the description of this video. If you don't see it in the description of this video, guys, please let me know in the comments, and I'll throw it in there for sure, because I've been known to forget these kind of things. So yeah, you go there, you subscribe to the script, and I am very new to this. I got it working, and this thing actually dug out some holes for me, came back, was auto mining the whole way. But I am by no means an expert here. I could get some of this wrong. I could be leaving information out. If I am, please let people know in the comments, and that would be wonderful. All right, so we're gonna need a few things for this, right? We're obviously gonna need to be subscribed to the PAM script, and then we're gonna need some blocks. We're gonna need a remote control, a programmable block, and obviously like a drill ship. Drills, connectors, thrusters, gyros, stuff like that. Then we're gonna need optional blocks, LCD, and sensor. And I just use these, so I don't know what they do or whatever. I just use them, whatever. I would use them if I were you. Don't get cheap with your auto miner. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead up here, and we are going to try to build this thing. There we go. We almost got it. Nope, not so much. There we go. There's the sensor. All right, I'm missing some steel plates. I want that to actually be finished. I'm going to go grab those steel plates. But, yeah, this thing is freaking awesome, man. Like, it's great. It's everything I wanted. Everything I've wanted in this thing. It's just awesome. There's a couple little tricks to it that one specifically has to do with the weight of the ship that I will go over with you guys because I had some problems with it. And there's a couple things I don't know about it. Some of you guys can help me out. And I'll be doing some research. I only learned how to do this like the other day. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put down an LCD panel. Actually, I don't know if it matters what order you put these in, but I'm going to put the LCD panel on first. And you want this somewhere where you can see it because it's actually going to be something you're going to be looking at. All right, so we're just going to do that and like that. Okay, I'll actually build these as well because why not? There we go. All right, beautiful. And that thing is done. Okay, it's online. Okay, now we need to put down a remote control and a programmable block. So right here is the remote control. I don't know if it matters where you put these. I'm just going to kind of put them down here. Because, again, I don't think it matters where you put them. But they have to face forward. No, not really. That's just my OCD. And then the programmable block, which I have as number 6. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like a little laptop. All right. PCU? Is that... remote. That's a remote control. Oh, PCU. I wonder what PCU means. PCU 100, PCU 25. That might be like construction components. That might have something to do with what the amount of things you can put on a ship. I don't really know. I know PCU in Empyrean is a new thing, or maybe it's CPU. I'm not really sure which one it is. But it's like you can only put so much stuff on a ship or whatnot. I don't know. That might have nothing to do with anything. I don't know. Let me know what that means, guys. I don't know. I have no clue. I could fill a book with what I don't know about this game. But to be fair to me, this is a pretty freaking crazy game. All right, so that's all that. All right, so we got the LCD, we got the sensor, programmable block, and remote control. Okay, now we're going to save, because why not? All right. All right, so now we need to add the PAM tag to the sensor and the LCD. So LCD, and I'll just do this. And now I think you have to write this exact, although I don't know. This might be part of the script. It might look for these things. So I would write that down exactly the way I did, except make sure you get the brackets right. All right, PAM, and then the other thing is the sensor. I don't know if it matters if it's 2. I don't know, but I'm just going to put PAM. Okay. All right, now that we've done that, we need to select show text on screen. And this one I had a little trouble with, so let me look into this and see what I can find out. All right, guys, one thing I did want to show you while we're going through this, one of the problems I had in the game is you have to go to options and then game, and then experimental mode. All right, click OK. And then after that, you have to go into load game, go into the world you're looking at, edit settings, advanced, and scroll down to the bottom and make sure in-game scripts is checked. All right, guys, this is how you show text on screen. LCD, and you go to content and you put texted images. And there you go. Hi, YouTube. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to delete my hi, YouTube thing because I don't want that to mess with anything. By the way, you go to edit here and you can put whatever you want in there. And I'm just going to make that blank. All right, so the next thing we have to do is load the script. And this one, like, I really had some trouble. Like, I had to, like, Google this and figure it out and stuff. And I finally got it. Okay, so in order to load the script, you got to go to the programmable block. Okay, and you're going to scroll down a little bit. Now, if you didn't do what I said about, you know, going into experimental mode and allowing scripts, some of this stuff won't be there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit. All right, and I'm going to come down here and write the browse scripts. And there's PAM. If you got to subscribe to the PAM script, obviously. So there you go. You click on that and copy to editor. And there you go. Thank you for using PAM. Path Auto Miner. And then you go to OK. And this will sometimes take a couple seconds. And there we go. We now have an LCD setup here. And there's going to be one other thing we have to do to make this work. Now, right now, this is not like something that can be controlled with our ship. We have to set this up to be used properly. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to show you what we got to do. All right, so we need to set our commands on the programmable block. And I think that's G. And then we got to find programmable block. And then let me see if I can remember how to do this. We right click, go to run, and up arrow. No. Yeah, up. I think we just type up. Yeah, it's up. I won't do a capital just because it wasn't capital in the example. All right, and then we go right-click again, do run, and type down. Now that should allow us to press 2 and 3 to go up and down. Yep, there you go. 3 is down, 2 is up. Beautiful. And the last one is going to be up. No, it's not there. It's G menu. I'm still getting the hang of it. Programmable block, run, and this will be apply. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I need to do with following that little help thing. I think I know how to do the rest of this, although not perfectly. So what we need to do is now we need to record a path and set home. Okay. So what we're going to do is, wrong sensor direction, huh? That doesn't seem right. It was supposed to be in the way I'm going to drill. Let me take a look at that. All right, I think the sensor's facing the right way. I was told to put the sensor in the direction that you're going to be drilling in. Now, my drills are facing down and my cockpit's facing forward. So I think the reason it's saying wrong sensor direction is possibly because it expects my drills to be on the front of this thing. I'm not really sure. We're going to have to kind of see how things go with that. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to record our path to the dig site, okay? So let's go ahead and start that now. And then let's undock. And let's go on out to the dig site. Alright, so the dig site's going to be way out here. Oh, boy. There we go. I don't like being, like... I hate the way you, like, zoomed out that far when you get off a base. I wish it wasn't like that. Maybe it's something I did wrong. I'm not really sure. I did put a, ore sensor on this thing, so it should be finding ores. Although, I don't know, because I'm not seeing any over here, but I know I found these ores over here, so not really sure. But this is where we're going to be digging. Oh, there's one right there, down to the right of me. But that's not a deposit. That's like one of those boulders on the surface. I don't think there's a lot of ore in those. All right, so these things should be popping up any second now. And I'm going to be looking for, I don't know, maybe nickel. Nickel is the one thing I'm missing the most of. It's kind of weird that nothing's popping up, though. Let's take a look. Sometimes it takes a little while for stuff to pop up. There it is. Okay. All right, so you can see right there, there's nickel right below me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in position over this nickel as best I can. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, that should be okay. All right, so now we're going to stop the path recording, and we're going to set up a mining job. Okay. One thing we're going to do before we set up a mining job is we're going to go to behavior settings. Now, this is going to do like different things like, you know, do you want your battery minimum of 20%? Although the batteries my batteries usually go up to 100% when they get back to base. Like I go back and they just will not leave the base until they're 100%, which is honestly the way I'd like it. But the weight limit is what I want to look at, max load. Now, if you leave this on 90%, I can almost guarantee you your ship is going to overload, okay? Because, like, it just keeps drilling when it's supposed to stop for a few seconds. And you get a lot of rock pretty quick with this thing. Also, like, when you're kind of, like, coming out of the hole, the drills stay on so you don't get stuck, and it pulls up extra rock at that. So I find 40% is pretty good with this, although I think 30% is a safer bet. So I'm going to put down at 30%. It's not going to come back full, but I got to be honest, if this thing gets like, you'll be sitting at base and this thing won't come back, and then you'll be like, what the hell's going on? Then you got to come out here and deal with it. I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather bring back a few less ores than have to deal with that. All right, so now we're going to go back and we're going to go to set up a mining job. All right, so we're going to put the width all the way down to 1, and we're going to put the height. Now we're going to leave the height alone. Depth. Let's put the depth down all the way. I just kind of want to see what this is going to look like with every... Oh! I didn't know you could go to 0. And we're going to put the height down all the way. And now we're going to go out here and see what's what. Okay? Oh, wait, there's nothing out here. What's going on? Well, apparently, you have to go to the info panel and do show sensor field range. And I have to do that pretty much every time I do this, which is kind of weird, but, you know, what are you going to do? All right, so that's the box it will mine. Obviously, that's not going to do. So we're going to go to depth and put that up to... Let's put it up to 26 meters and see what that looks like. Yep, okay. All right, so we're gonna put that up to like 50 something meters. 60 meters sounds good. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Switched weapons drill. No, I don't care about that. I'm still getting used to like the one. I should move these all to 1, 2, 3 and not 2, 3, 4, or not 2, 3, 4. But it's all right. All right. Start new job. Okay, so it still says the sensors are in the wrong direction. That's weird. They really, really shouldn't be. This is the same exact way I set it up last time. Setup error, can't start. Okay, let me figure this out. All right, I think I finally got this set up right. I'm going to show you what I did differently. Also, this programmable block, I think I read somewhere that it has... I'm sorry, remote control. I think I read somewhere that it has to be facing the direction your ship is in, although... I don't know if I did it last time in my test world, and I didn't do it this time, and that didn't seem to be a problem. It said the sensor was the problem. So I did put the remote control block, though, facing the way my ship's going to be facing. Also, with this sensor, all right, the way I got it to finally work was you want it to, even though it's facing down, you want it to be facing in the direction that you're going. You see how my cockpit's facing where I am right now, right? Cockpit's facing this way. I made it so that the little blue bar is below it, and the little picture is kind of above it. And that way it's facing in the direction my ship is facing. And hopefully that works. I mean, it seems to be working. It doesn't say it's not working anymore. So let's go to start new job and see how this works. All right, there you go. All right, battery's 84%. We don't have anything in yet. And you can get out, and this thing will, get out, and this thing will do its thing. All right, so there you go. Now, I could put little, what do you call it, ejectors on with the stone, but the problem is people said what will happen is it'll eject the stone, and then the stone will go below your ship, and your drills will pick up the stone anyway. So there's really, you know, I'm not going to use the ejectors. I don't mind getting stone. It's fine. All right, so there we go. We are full at 36%. Ship is full, and our weight is 88,000. Now, this ship can hold up to 104,000, so I could go up to 40% probably. I'd like to be able to go to 35%. I'd like to be able to go 5s. I don't think you can. I think we can mess with the script behavior, by the way. Yeah, see, 20%, 85, 70, 60. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do 35 because I've done 40 and it's almost filled up in the past. So I don't feel good at 40 because I don't want this thing... Because if it goes over 104 weight, it's just going to sit there and not do anything, and that would suck. I'm going to redo the path, and I think it's going sideways, possibly because I put the programmable block not facing forward. I'm going to move the programmable block in the front because I did have it in the front in my test game and it wasn't a problem. Hopefully it'll still line up here properly, but who knows. Dampeners. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, yeah, that didn't line up properly. Yep, no good. All right, guys, I think it's going to work this time. I went ahead and did the route over again. And I set it up, and it looks like it's coming back face forward this time. So that's a good sign. It looks like you just want to put everything forward facing, which makes sense. I probably should have, did that in the first place. I didn't know if it mattered or not. Honestly, I've just been so excited about this thing that I probably wasn't paying as much attention to it as I should have. I'm also interested to see if the batteries are going to go on recharge. When I started to go out there, I actually had the batteries on recharge. So I'm hoping it will automatically set the batteries back to recharge. So let's see. Now, obviously, it backed in there. Okay, like I said, you want these two items. You want the remote control and the programmable block facing forward. Although the programmable block, it looks like I kind of put it on its back. Like, it looks like it should be another way around, but who cares? It's working. And let's see. It did go to recharge. So when you do this, make sure when you start the actual trip out to your mine area, you start this thing while you're on recharge, because it'll automatically hit it back on recharge when you come back. That's phenomenal. All right, so it looks like we got a lot of good stuff this time. Well, actually, I looked at it before. It was just all stone, but it's all right. I got 72,000 stone. No big deal. And as soon as this thing's back up to 100%, it will go back out and keep doing its thing. The only thing I wish I could do is kind of recharge it faster. See how long it's going to take to recharge after a trip. 4 minutes. I mean, that's not really a long time. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if there was some more throughput, or maybe put something on here that could. I don't know. I'm not gonna get greedy. You know what we could do now? We could have multiple ships. I could make this ship again, which brings me to my next point, and something I might mess around with next video if I get it working properly. All right. Now, I saw that there's some kind of script or some kind of mod that can automatically build stuff for you, like finish stuff. Right? You build it. It'll automatically finish it. I'm not a huge fan of that because I kind of like having to use ships to build stuff. I like the fact that I have to use, I like the fact that I could make myself a welding ship and use that. And maybe I can make better welding ships. But where I am going to use the automatic building thing is when I bring in a blueprint of a ship. All right? Because trying to build a ship from a blueprint is a major pain in the ass, because stuff that's on the inside doesn't get built, and you can't get to it, and you have to tear things down and figure out how to get to it. It's just a hassle. It actually wouldn't be too bad with this ship, but moving forward, it could be bad with other ships, and I personally don't want to deal with it. I like the idea of building a factory and having machines build the things for you. I think Imperion's too simple because you just spawn the ship in. And I think building by hand or even with a welding ship is kind of not going to work with me here either, because there's going to be stuff on the inside you can't get to. So I am going to be looking into that automatic building thing that I was talking about, and we'll see how that works. All right, so the next thing I want to do while we're waiting for that thing to go back and get us more fat loot is I want to hook this thing up to a system. Now, I had it connected to this, but that doesn't really work. I don't know if it's going to work coming out of here. I have no idea. What was happening was when this ship came back, right? When this ship comes back, this thing right here, this sorting block, automatically pulls all the ore out of the ship. All right, and you need this in order for this setup to work, or else you're gonna have to move the stuff out of the ship by hand, and that's not fun, right? But the thing is, when I had a separate line going around, because of that sorting block, if I have this ship hooked up from a connector into this system, because of that sorting block, I can't pull anything out of the system. It won't let me pull it out by hand. I think the sorting block should sort automatically, but I think it should let you pull things out by hand if you want to. By the way, just saying. Maybe there's a way to set it up. I don't know. But, that's kind of what I was hoping for. But that doesn't work. So I'm going to set up another one here separate, and I'm not even going to get fancy with it. I'm just going to put a connector on it and see if it works. Because when I had a connector set up, basically what I did was I put conveyor ports, conveyor tubes here go over to here, which connected the system and allowed me to, I had a little thing over here that I was connected to, and it allowed me to pull things out for the welding ship. But once that was connected, the ores never got pulled out of this ship. So I don't really know, and we're going to kind of have to test it. So let's go ahead and put a connector down here and see what we can see. I'll just put one right here. And we're going to need some steel plates. One thing I have a lot of, it's steel plates. 10K steel plates, bro. Get on my level. Man, that stone's still going through. I still have iron. This is great. This is great. This is all my ores, by the way. 10,000 silicon, 25. I don't really need gravel right now, but 63,000 iron. you know, a bunch of coal, a bunch of stuff. We still need to get silver and more gold. And we got 6,000 nickel, which I had like no nickel at one point. So that kind of sucked. All right, so let's go ahead and put this thing down. And let's see what we can do here. Man, that was so weird. I couldn't actually connect up to that sorter right near a conveyor. Like, you had to actually have like a little tube thing. Like, you can't do it straight up with the conveyor. Which, I thought that was pretty weird. All right, I have a cooler way to deal with this thing, by the way. Because, like, some people pointed out, and they're totally right. This thing is not great for welding. Because I can't see the damn welder. So, what am I going to do? Well, I installed the camera. And it is right above the welder. Huh? Huh? Not bad. Not bad. So now we're going to do some welding. Now this thing is pretty freaking heavy. So we have to be careful. It's because it's got a lot of stuff in it, right? So there we go. And now we can do some welding. And this is what I enjoy, you know? I don't know. Maybe someday I will have my bases built with that automatic, you know, builder thing. I don't know. Never say never, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy this. It's kind of... It gives the game that building feel, right? I mean, otherwise, you know... I don't mind it doing my ships, though. I really don't. Because, like I said, when you got a ship coming from a blueprint, it's, like, really, really difficult. It's really difficult to deal with that because it's hard to get the stuff inside before you get the stuff outside of the ship. And then once you built the stuff on the outside, you can't build the stuff on the inside. Just not going to work for me. Here we go. Now, this thing is not going to do too good when I'm pointing down, unfortunately. But, you know, nothing's perfect, right? Actually, that's not too bad. I just got to be careful. Come on, there you go. Look at that. Okay, never mind. I spoke too soon. Now, I'm not finishing everything, but that's okay. We're getting the majority of it done. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is what I want to do. I want to be in a ship, welding in a ship on my base while I have an auto miner out getting ore for me. And I think I'm going to make more of those auto miners. I think I'm going to make a new auto miner. Not a new auto miner. I'm going to make a new mining ship, I think, that could possibly do better. There we go. Because, oh, one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Can you let me know in the comments if you know what you're talking about, if you're sure? Can you tell me how many spaces can you have between small drills and have the drill out everything so, you know, the rest of your ship can go into the ground? Because I thought it was like one spot or two spots or something, but I don't know. I think I messed up on that ship. I think I could have put those drills a lot farther apart. Are we out of stuff? We are, man. I'll tell you. Those metal, what are they called? Metal sheet metal or whatever? They go quick. All right, so we're going to get out of this. There we go. And we're going to kind of back up into here. Now, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that ship. I'm curious to see if it's going to pull all of the ore out. Come on. There you go. 8, 9. You're good. Good job. Good job, welding ship. That is a legit badass ship. Now we can just kind of touch it up. There we go. All right, so let's see what's going on with this. I'm really curious. Are you pulling everything out? The load is 24. It's pulling everything out. It wouldn't be pulling everything out if it wasn't if it was 24. Yep. Yep. Although it stopped. Yeah, it seems to be a little bit slower, but it's still doing it. It probably had a lot of ore to pull out. All right, so the cockpit's still got stuff in it. But nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. This is the cargo container of the mids, and that is empty. And that stuff's all in the base. Anything that's not white is in the base. So the cockpit... Oh, no, the cockpit got... Okay, great. This is working. It's working! This is wonderful. This is wonderful. It still says ship is full, though. I wonder why it says ship is full. It says its state is charging batteries. Yeah, I don't think that ship is full is accurate. I think it's empty. But because it says it's charging batteries, so... Cool. And does it give you an... No, it says 0 minutes on the batteries, so it doesn't quite tell you how long for the batteries. But we're looking at about 3 minutes, yeah. When it gets back, you're looking at about 4 minutes recharge time, which is just wonderful. Oh, this is great. I love that. I'm so glad you guys kept telling me to do the whole PAM script thing, because I was like, you know, scripts, I don't know, you know, just, I don't know. And, man, you guys talked me into it. I'm so freaking glad you did. But we are going along here, so I do think I'm going to call this one here. What the hell are we going to do next episode? Well, you know what? I probably shouldn't even speculate because usually I think I'm going to do something and then I end up doing something totally different. I still have a major build called Rock Around the Clock that I would like to do that I still have not gotten into. And I'm going to do it someday, but I just don't know when. All right, guys, I am going to call this one here. If you never enjoyed the video, please remember to uncage that like button. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe for more daily videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. And until then, take it easy.